Welcome. Welcome to the Hey Nonny Nonny and a Hot-Cha-Cha. And to the sound of police sirens and pigeons choking to death from car fumes. Oh, it's another Monday night. The weekend never does me any good. It's another Monday night on Shepherd's Bush Green, and you're welcome to it. Follow me closely. Not a long walk. How are you? Good to see you. Now then, what's your name?
Olga Crump.
This is Olga Crump, and you're in charge of this fine body of men and women. Who, you may wonder what they're doing sitting here, and so do I. What are you doing sitting here? Or standing, as the case may be. You look all clean and spruce in your... What's the school that you go? What school do you go to?
Woodfield.
Woodfield. That's in Wolverhampton, isn't it? Yeah. There is method in our madness. This is... you look after the infants, don't you?
Yes, nursery and infants.
Yes. Junior school in Wolverhampton. Right. Come over with me. We'll prove the reason that you're here and what a splendid place Wolverhampton is. And the Woodfield. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Okay. You all right? Right. You go over here and sit there. Everybody know where they're supposed to sit? Now, is there anything that you would notice almost immediately from these children? You catch on quick. And this is Mr. Davis, Mr. Mervyn Davis, used to play for Wales.
No.
Oh, yeah. And of course, Mr. Crump, it's good to see you. Right. Now look, they're all fairly similar. How do you cope? What methods have you of identifying 9 sets of twins?
With great difficulty.
Yeah. I mean...
We have to look for anything that goes. Different colour shoes.
Boys wearing bows, different coloured bows in their hair.
The boys wearing different colour bows in their hair?
Yes.
I see. So, do they ever try and mislead you? As you know, when somebody does something naughty, then the other twin will wear a different coloured bow in her hair.
They don't do that.
Yeah.
We sometimes make mistakes with them.
I can believe it, because the similarities are quite extraordinary. What's your name? Joanne. Joanne? And Claire. And what's your surname?
Buckle.
Buckle. How old are you?
9.
Do you like being twins?
Yeah. Yes.
You don't really, do you? Would you like to be different from each other?
A bit.
Do you get on well with each other?
Sometimes.
Yeah, you fight like anybody else, I suppose. I'll move amongst you here. Must be something in the water in Wolverhampton, is it, man?
No, it was proved a fortnight ago. We have 2 different sources of water in Penn.
I see. Look at these 2 chaps. I mean, look at them. 2 peas in the same pod. What's your name?
Joe.
Joe?
Rich.
You forgot your own name there for a minute. Look at that. I mean, do you get picked on a lot? What happens? I mean, if you do something wrong and you get the blame for it, does that often happen?
Sometimes.
Yeah, not in your family, but I imagine in school it can happen. Yeah. What do? Punish both of them?
Well, it's usually so good we don't have to punish any of them.
Why? Oh, now, come on. Come on. Are you all really good? Are you? Yes. Oh, yes. You look at it as if you're really good, I must say. Yeah. It's amazing to stand among you, 9 of you. Yeah. Do you ever try and mislead anybody? Do you ever mislead the teacher about what, you know, what you've done? He say, no, it was my sister that did it. You got us mixed up.
No.
You're not going to admit to it anyway. And you wear the same clothes all the time?
Yes.
Do you? That's really good. What about you? Do you wear the same clothes when you're out, the 2 of you? Sometimes. But do you like that? Do you? You like looking alike. You're turning around to look at me, aren't you? You're a little chubbier than your brother. What are your names?
I'm Chris and that's Stephen.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Do you get into trouble a lot, or are you well behaved in school?
Behave.
I bet you do. Do they? You said they do behave very well, twins.
They do behave very well, all of them.
Yeah.
They come to school, they play when they're on the playground, when they're in the classroom, they work.
It's extraordinary, isn't it, that in this one school there should be 9 sets of twins.
When they were with us, if one was sad, then the other one was sad. If one was happy, the other one was happy.
Does that really happen?
Yes, it was throughout. That's what we had.
And do you find that when you're teaching twins that their level of intelligence is about the same, or is there a difference between them?
Slight difference with each pair.
Yeah?
Not
With-
a lot,
when they're
but
with
just,
us.
Just a little.
But do they tend to react the same way to things happening to them, or differently?
Oh, yes.
Exactly
There are
the
at
same
least
way.
one pair here that every time one is ill, the other is ill.
You think that's
But
a...
it's always something different.
It is, so it genuinely happens. It's
It
not just,
genuinely happens.
it's not just coming
It's
out in
not-
sympathy.
No.
We have a pair here, too, who, they love nurseries, Mrs. Graham, but they used to cry every day.
Which ones are they?
I know, don't
Oh,
you?
we won't pick them out.
But they were very happy crying.
That's
No,
nice.
they just cried for a few weeks. And then we found that if they faced the opposite way and we had singing and prayers, then they didn't cry then. So that was fine after.
And I understand that you have triplets coming. I mean, not the pair of you, but I mean... triplets coming.
Triplets coming into the school.
Yeah.
They're coming into the nursery
Yes,
shortly.
they've had their names down. They've,
But it is an extraordinary phenomenon.
had
And
a
we're
look.
delighted that you've taken them all, or brought them all to us, and thanks to their parents as well for bringing them. I understand that the fee for this, you're going to donate to the ferry fund.
Yes.
Well, that's terrific. Thank you all very much, children. Thank you
Thank
both
you very
for
much
bringing the
indeed
children
for
with you.
inviting us.
Thank you. Nice to see you all. I'm seeing double now. Let's dwell on the subject of education in Britain, a vitally important part of all our lives. And it seems to be in a right old mess. Figures are quoted of 7 million illiterates, rebellious students, dissatisfied parents, under-equipped schools, the teachers' union locked in what seems a death struggle with the government, and currently engaged in a series of half-day strikes. So what's it all about? Where's it going to end? I thought you'd like to hear the views of two non-militant, moderate working teachers. One is Robert Wood, Deputy Head of Sheen School in London, and an English teacher from Bohunt School in Liphook in Hampshire, Colin Jackman. Just as it were, settle you down before we get to the main thrust of the reason you're here. You came to teaching late, didn't you? What did you do before that?
I did 9 years in the Merchant Navy and then about 3 years working for shipping companies in London.
Yeah. So why go into teaching? I mean, not in retrospect, but at the time, why did you want to teach?
It's a very long story, but it started really when I was at sea, and it struck me that a large number of the crew were perhaps more intelligent than a large number of the officers. And it started me thinking, and it led on from there with a lot of reading you obviously do at sea.
Yeah.
And I ended up finally, when I was working in London, saying I've had enough of this, and making the decision to become a teacher.
Yeah. And Robert, you're a deputy headmaster.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of a school is it?
It's about 1,000 strong. Very nice school, just on the outskirts of London in Richmond. Pleasant staff, pleasant children, and very, very supportive parents.
It's a comprehensive school.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And what about you, Collins? You're the same.
The same, 1,100.
Yeah. Well, now, you've had what some people, and certainly the government, would regard as a generous offer of 25%. I've seen it variously quoted as 16.4 for 1 year, 16.4 for the second year, but say 25%. Why are you still dissatisfied?
Well, it goes much further than just pay. Teachers are concerned largely with what's happening to education and the children they teach. The pay has been poor for a very long time anyway, and there are still legitimate gripes about the pay. The way the pay is structured, the way the deal is going to be imposed in particular, is upsetting teachers. I don't think it's really the amount they're quibbling about at the moment, it's the imposition of the conditions of service, your loss of negotiating rights, and that kind of thing.
You think that the government has taken too high-handed an attitude, is that so, Robert?
It's very bad management, as far as I can see. We have been told what is going to happen. We've been given a contract. We haven't had any real say in that contract. We've been told it's going to happen whatever we want. And in the future, we won't be able to negotiate any part of that contract. We won't even be sat down with. We'll be told next year what our salary is, whether we like it or not, and for at least 2 years to come, and possibly much longer. And I can't see anyone really wanting to accept a contract they didn't even sign. I mean, would you actually take your contract and not look at it and say, thank you very much, BBC?
Well, I don't know. I haven't got a contract at the moment. That's another thing. I was going to say to Colin, I mean, you must see that the public are hardly going to be sympathetic to a teacher's strike. No matter how they may sympathize with your dilemma, they are not going to be sympathetic with the children being deprived of an education. So how can you win this particular struggle?
We're in something of an unusual situation because a parent's first responsibility, obviously, towards the child. And I think what I'd like parents to understand is that teachers' first responsibility also is towards the child. And I don't really think that they understand this. I think we've had a very bad press, and I think they need to look much more closely at what's actually going on in schools, what teachers' concerns are, to learn that the vast majority of teachers are in fact not what we're presented to be. Once I think they understand what we're up to, if they came into the school, saw what we're doing and so on, and saw that largely we were moderate, hard-working people who were very fond of the children we taught, one of the best for them, then perhaps the attitude would change. I'm not sure action at this stage would help. However, we are obliged to take action at present, because if we don't, Mr. Baker is going to tell the general public via the press that we accept his deal. It's only the unions that don't.
So what would you like the government to do then, Robert? I mean,
The government's got to talk. The government's got to talk. If they impose, as they intend to do, a settlement, you're going to get very dissatisfied teachers doing what the contract says and no more. Today, for instance, there was a strike in London. I'm sure many of the audience have suffered because of it. A number of my teachers said to me, I'm not going on the march, I've got too much marking to do. I mean, this is going on strike to go home and do your marking. During the last few weeks, and certainly all of last year, teachers at my school were running extra classes in the lunch hour, extra classes after school, to ensure that last year's group, who, so we're told in the papers, suffered terribly under the teachers' dispute, got extra teaching to catch up to ensure they did as well as they possibly could in their exams. Teachers are not just walking out and saying, we don't want to know. They're working very hard to make sure the children get the best deal possible in the circumstances.
yes, Mr. Baker is saying that what he has tried to do is put forward a scheme that enables the better teachers to earn more money, and that what the unions are doing is just concentrating on the basic wage.
Not
Do
true.
you dismiss that?
Not true. Mr. Baker's given to each school a certain number of promotion points, so for special award points for the best teachers. So if you happen to be in a school where there are lots of good teachers, that means the possibility is you won't get one, no matter how good you are. If you're in a school with lots of bad teachers, you may get one for being quite bad. I mean, it's not a well-organized system. It is just foisted on us, and it's little sops here and there to try and persuade some of the promoted teachers that it might be a good deal. I mean, from Mr. Baker's deal, I get very well paid, comparatively. I get a very good rise. But I'm still against it, because I've got to manage people who are getting a very bad rise and are getting very little future. And they are leaving teaching in their
And that's
droves.
not because of their own lack of ability.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Some of my teachers in their first year are excellent teachers. It's nothing like that. And they're the very people who are going to get a reasonable rise immediately, and then apparently no future.
Yes. What would you say to the argument that standards are falling anyway, and that it's a poor time for you to be asking for more money when one sees lower standards of education?
Who sees them?
Well,
It's a myth.
the last figure was 7 million illiterates.
What was the figure for 1945? Do you know?
I have no idea.
No, quite. That's the thing. I mean,
But
anyone
do
can
you?
count them. No. But the fact
Then
is...
why bring it up?
Because at the moment, we know that the people who are passing exams are increasing all the time. The percentage is going up all the time, passing exams. We can count how many illiterates now. We didn't even bother to look for them in 1945. That was the problem. There are plenty of adults. As we know, we have to have big programs of adult illiteracy training. No one counted them before.
So you'd think that what's happening in the schools, the standards are still as high as they were, say, in the 50s and 60s?
Higher.
They're much higher. The government, in fact, has had to admit that standards have gone up, and that they don't find it very comfortable to admit that. And the jargon is, yes, but they're not going up fast enough. I think